Is it better to give than receive? What would ChatGPT say? So let's get started. Well, 2023's Black Friday and Cyber Monday have come and gone, and I imagine many listeners have put a dent in their holiday shopping lists. That means some people are ready to give and others are ready to receive. But we are reminded by many trusted sources that it is better to give than to receive. It would be difficult to find someone who would say otherwise. The act of giving elicits positive feelings and emotions for both the giver and the receiver, making it one of the most important exchanges you can have with someone. But I decided to dig deeper for reasons why or why not, and this podcast summarizes what I found. Here's what noted Indian philosopher Deepak Chopra says. The act of giving and receiving have powerful impacts on relationships, not only with others, but with yourself as well. Think about your past experiences with giving and receiving. After some consideration, you may realize that you are better at one than the other. Are you one of those people who is naturally a giver, a doer, or a caretaker? How do you react to receiving compliments? Is it with ease and gratitude, or do you get the urge to deflect and minimize praise? What has been your history with receiving love? Does it come with struggle and hardship? There's no doubt that giving is celebrated. You may have been taught the importance of giving by your parents, friends, or extended community as you were growing up. While you essentially know how to give, here are a couple of tenets of healthy giving to keep in mind. Give from a place of love. Give without expecting anything in return. Receiving is necessary and important. While giving feels wonderful, it only works when there is a receiver. Allowing yourself to be a gracious receiver is a humbling experience and is truly an act of love because it offers a chance for others to give. And here is what a psychology article in The Guardian magazine that's entitled, "The Path to Happiness." It is better in give than receive. So the article is titled, "The Path to Happiness. It is better to give than receive." Well, here's what it says. Money may not buy you love, but it might buy you happiness if you spend it in the right way. U.S. researchers say that in studies they have found that the old adage, "it's better to give than to receive," is correct. Spending money on others or giving to charity puts a bigger smile on your face than buying things for yourself. Most people would think that if you make more money, you are going to be a lot happier, said Michael Norton, a professor at Harvard Business School. Our results, and a lot of other people's results, show that making more money makes you a little bit happier, but doesn't really have a huge impact on you. Our study suggests maybe that a little change in how you spend it will make a difference. Norton also said, instead of buying yourself a coffee, buy your friend a coffee, and that might actually make you a happier person. Another professor said that most of the research in the past concludes that the amount of money isn't that important in terms of happiness. The things that are important are things that you do with relationships, with other people, and things that help to promote meaning, the purpose of life. Well, I decided to ask the ChatGPT app, Perplexity.ai, to tell me if giving is better than receiving. And here's what it said. The phrase, "it is more blessed to give than to receive," originates from the Bible, specifically from Acts 20:35, where the Apostle Paul quotes Jesus. The concept is often interpreted as emphasizing the benefits of giving over receiving. The reasons why giving is considered better than receiving include the following: increase in intimacy, increase in character, liberation from self-isolation. Giving liberates individuals from a privatized faith and self-centeredness. I then asked the follow-up question: when is it better to receive? Here's what Perplexity AI said. Receiving can be better than giving in certain situations. It is better to receive than to give because of vulnerability and connection. Receiving allows individuals to be vulnerable and fosters a deeper connection with others. Acknowledgement of interconnectedness. Receiving acknowledges the truth that no person can manage alone and recognizes the interconnected nature of human relationships. Necessary for giving. Receiving is essential as it enables individuals to give. Well, I finally decided to ask a question everyone should ask. What are the limits to using ChatGPT apps? And here's what Perplexity AI had to say. Some of the key limitations of ChatGPT include biased answers. ChatGPT may provide biased answers, lack human insight, and contain factual errors. ChatGPT might lack human insight. It doesn't have the emotional intelligence that humans have, and does not recognize or respond to emotions, emotional cues like sarcasm, irony, or humor. There's an inability for ChatGPT to understand context. ChatGPT has difficulty understanding the context, especially sarcasm and humor, and it may struggle to grasp the subtle nuances of human communication. And limited knowledge. While ChatGPT has access to a large amount of information, it may not be able to answer questions about very specific or niche topics, and it may not be aware of recent developments or changes in certain fields. And I'll stop here, but perhaps you might like to ask ChatGPT for yourself what to buy, your kids or your significant other or close friends. And no matter the answer, I thank you for listening. So I shall say bye-bye until next time.